Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's good, y'all? Happy Monday. Yes, it's Monday. And I had an interesting weekend. I need to say that. It's December 12th and it's 3:17 in the a.m. I am reading Daily Reflections. And the Daily Reflection is taken from this new blog that I discovered. And I want to put you guys up on it. It's called Wandering Enigma. And this brother, Mikey K. Jr., gave me permission to mention him and his blog, has compiled a bunch of different recovery readings, some that I did not know of. And let's just say I enjoy his blog. So, Daily Reflection talks about genuine humility. Humility is born out of, I want to say, gratitude. Is born out of respect and reverence for who God is and what God does and how God provides. Amen. You know, we use the word gratitude a lot. I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. But then when we tell, about our blessings and the things that we're grateful for, it's usually something material. Say, I'm grateful I woke up this morning. And how is your gratitude expressed? That's what I'm looking at. How does that come forth? Amen. And then I think we need to talk about what humility means, because some of us get it confused with humiliation. Now, you can be humble in a lot of circumstances, but that does not mean you have to be a doormat. Amen. Knowing that you are a child of God when somebody's going off. And, in that knowing you don't respond to them going off is humility. You don't have to command and demand respect. You just know that they don't respect you based on their presentation. And be okay with that, because you know that God's got you. Amen. Okay, let me just get into this reading. A genuine humility. It says we are actually to practice a genuine humility. This is to the end that our great blessings may never spoil us, that we shall forever live in thankful contemplation of Him who presides over us all. Thankful contemplation. It says forever live in thankful contemplation, so be mindful at all times, in all things. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make the path straight. See, the first part of that instruction is to trust God and not act like you know everything, or you got this, or you made this happen. Now, there's some work required of you, but you seek God's instruction first. Amen. It says, experience has taught me that my alcoholic personality tends to be grandiose, or my fractured personality, the personality that needs to be healed. Because it is so broken and wounded, tends to be flamboyant, loud, look at me, pay attention to me. I'm hurting. Doesn't say I'm hurting, but it wants the attention. See, folks fail to realize that negative attention is attention. We all get that sneer. Oh, here they come again. But there's a fragility in their presentation and affect. And you can hear it because it is so, it's pulling so hard for attention. It says, while having seemingly good intentions, I can go off on tangents in pursuit of my causes, my ego takes over and I lose sight of my primary purpose. It's that woundedness. Tell me that I'm valuable. Tell me that I'm important. Need me. It says, I may even take credit for God's handiwork in my life. Such an overstated feeling of my own importance is dangerous to my healing. It could cause great harm to, folks in my collective as a whole. It says, my safeguard, the 12th tradition, serves to keep me humble. I realize both as an individual and as a member of the fellowship, I cannot boast of my accomplishments, and that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Amen to that. Even when we set out to do things that we have not consulted God about, or that we know, let's keep this real, that we know is outside of the will of God, He protects. We want Him to help us avoid the consequences of our choices or the learning experience from our choice. That He will not do. He is not going to violate His order to preserve you in your disobedience. Amen. There are consequences for your behaviors. Know that. And be prepared to live with them in their fullness. But acknowledge that as your thorn in your flesh to keep you totally committed and connected to who God is. I hope that makes sense. Some things we have to have that reminder of, that thing that says, that tells you that you won't ever do that again. See, most of us, we get the consequence of our behavior, and we're just hard-headed enough to think that if we add an extra step, or it's a new person or a new situation, if you will, that we're going to have a different outcome. That is the true definition of insanity. The only way to get a different outcome is to totally commit your entire being to the will and the way of God. I'm just going to throw that out there. Obedience is the word for today. I'm feeling that in my spirit.